This is so much fun to be here today. It's been, oh my gosh, it's been a week of peaks and valleys since we last, let me go ahead and silence that, since we last were together. Um, so thank you guys for your concern and for praying for Hannah. She is back with us. I believe she's back in the chat already. And Hurricane Ian is gone, thankfully. He did leave a lot of chaos in his wake. Thankfully, Hannah and my mother-in-law are fine. There was not too much damage, I don't think, to their area, even though the eye went rather close to them, but by then it was downgraded to a category 1 instead of the 4 that friends of ours got on the west coast of Florida. So if you guys think about them, we do know 3 families that have to relocate. Looks like parts of Florida will not have water or electricity for weeks, many weeks. So at least three families that we know had to relocate, and many others were just serving like crazy, which was just so encouraging to hear these families pulling together. The ones who had friends of ours have a generator, and so they were taking in many people into their homes, and it was just so heartwarming to hear, even in the midst of disaster, that such good things are happening. Well, let me go ahead and jump in. It's been a busy, busy week. Well, let me go ahead and just say the first thing. The book is finally here. I set the goal for October 1st, but I had a lot of issues, just in uploading and doing IT things with KDP, but that's all been worked out. But every time I do that, I don't do it frequently enough to know it inside out. So it's always a bit challenging, but obviously the copies being sold will not have this gray, not for resale line across. I don't have my author copies yet. They will not arrive until after I am out of the country for a while. Um, like I said, lots of things to tell you. So once I get back, this will probably be the week before Thanksgiving. Um, I may have some giveaways on this, but it's going to be a while before that happens. I am not going to have these in my online Etsy store until after Thanksgiving. So just to let you know that, because whenever I travel, I do kind of shut the selling the autograph books. I kind of close that down or just take them off the shelf for a while, just because I'm not here to send them out, and there's no way I can carry all this with me, especially on an airplane. So thanks for your understanding there. But thank you guys for your support, for helping with this book. And for those of you who are new to the live or new to my channel, this is Bonnie's book of beginning crochet, everything you need to know to start crocheting today. I have a lot, well, actually not a lot of introductory material. I try to distill it down to only the gold part, the part that you absolutely need to know so that there's not a lot of confusion. And I do have 18 designs. Most of I think all of these are on my YouTube channel now, so you can watch the videos. But if you wanted to learn how to read patterns, the book will also bring you to the videos very easily with the QR codes, and I separated them right-handed from the left. The left-handed code is up here so that your phone doesn't get confused and try to read the wrong one. And it's a lot easier to get to the video that way than to try to type in a link like I've done in the past, which um, has given some people some headaches. So, but I do have videos for everything, and it starts off with very easy, simple patterns, and then it goes sequentially. You learn how to crochet in rows, and then it's followed by learning how to crochet in the round to make a hat, and you learn how to make increases, and then you learn how to do another project in the round, and then you really take off from there. I have my hat that I have behind me. Can you see the, there, let me move out of the way a little bit. My long stocking fan cap, and if you want to make that for the upcoming holidays, pardon the strands that are still showing, but you can do that in Christmas colors too and have a lot of fun with it. And the print is large. This is 14 font print, and I know for some of you may think, oh, that's oversized. But for those of us who are 40 and up, it's not oversized print. It's easy to read. If you don't have your glasses handy, you could still read the print. And I think also for younger eyes, I was also having in mind children who would want to learn how to crochet, and they don't really need to read real tiny, hard to read, fancy smancy font. I just wanted it to be clear. So that was my goal there in organizing this. So anyway, there are a lot of things you can learn, and I do go up to garments. I also do easy garments in the back. Um, Now, I know there's going to be somebody somewhere in cyberspace who's going to say, oh, this isn't a beginner pattern. Well, if you read the book and you progress steadily, you can get to more complicated patterns. Now, those of you who are familiar with crochet are going to say, oh, that's an easy pattern. It is. But for an absolute beginner, there are a lot of different skills that you have to learn first, which is why I have made the book like this. So anyway, 18 designs in here and a lot of information. There's also a stitch dictionary in the back, step by step. So these are available in softbound. They're available as a PDF download. It's also available in a hardbound copy. I haven't gotten my hardbound copies yet, but I'm super excited to see those. So it'll be the first hardbound book that I'll have with Amazon. They are a little more expensive, and the reason for that is it just costs more money to make the nicer cover. So I guess you guys are smart. You understand these kinds of things. So let me go ahead and say hey to you guys as well. There are a lot of folks here. Nanny Lanny loves to crochet. I'm so glad that you're joining us again. And she says, such a lovely day today in Aldershot near London. Wow, fantastic. Um, we just watched a movie last night and it had scenes of London, and it just reminded me when I got to go there and other parts of that area. Beautiful, beautiful place. And Shatika Woods, good morning to you, and Jacqueline and Red Hook. So good to have you in our chat. Um, she says, can't wait to get your new book. Thank you guys for your support on this. And again, I know you guys are, many of you are not beginners, and I don't expect you people to just get a book, if you don't need a beginner book. But if you know anybody that's looking to learn how to crochet, I think this will be helpful to them. I hope it'll be helpful to them. That was my goal, was children and as well as adults, trying to learn a new skill. And I know it's hard to learn new things. So I tried to make it as easy as possible. Let's see. We have Judy. Thank you, Judy, for your sweet comment. She said, my granddaughter asked me to teach her crochet. I ordered your beginning crochet book on Amazon to teach her the best way. Oh, how sweet. Um, so happy she wants to learn crochet. That is great, Judy. I don't know how old your granddaughter is, but yeah, just don't. As a mom who has tried to teach her children how to crochet, don't be discouraged if they're not interested. I mean, it's totally fine, and I tell my kids, it's like, it's okay, it's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings or anything like that. There's certain things that are my children do well, and certain things that I do well, and they're different, and I'm totally okay with that. Just ask Hannah. And my other daughter Becky, she when she was old enough, older than I was, I mean, she was like, had no interest. And then she got to be in her teens and she got interested and picked it up and even designed some things for Red Heart Yarn. So you just never know what's going to happen with it. I just kind of hold it loosely and don't want to pressure them. But I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you're a grandma, Judy, you know more than I do about this. But I just do wish you all the best. And Michelle, she says, good, beautiful morning. It is a chilly 46 degrees and foggy here in central Montana. Wow. Yeah, we've had some cooler temperatures here this week too, but right now it's in the 50s, I believe, and expected to go up around 70. So this is like the once Ian, the Hurricane Ian moved, or the remnants of it moved out of our area, it rained for like 5 days straight here. Um, it's been beautiful. And we have Kelly Hart. Um, she says, sorry so late. I got caught up in my crocheting the doily, trying to finish it up because someone ordered a doily from me and wants to buy it from me. Fantastic, Kelly. Yay. Archer Nace, thank you. Terry, thank you so much for your kind support. You've brought us up to $20 now for our next upcoming donation. And when that happens, I think I'm deferring the Samaritans. Just to let you all know, we've been doing Ukraine for my matching funds. I think my matching funds are going to be going to Florida the next time around, just because uh, my heart's in Florida. I'm sorry. I grew up there. I'm not going to apologize for that. And my friends and family are hurting. So I definitely want to see them have some help, even though it's just a little bit that we can do, but it's something. Um, Looks like Kelly has a lot going on with family and surgeries. Oh boy. Um, we have Wanda Gordon. Hey, Wanda. So good to see you from Bahama, North Carolina. And and Archer and he says, on our way to Mapleside Farms in Brunswick, Ohio. Cider. Oh my goodness. If I wasn't going out of town, I would just want to go up the road here to Butler's Orchard and do some apple picking. That would be so much fun. Um, or even to there's another farm up the further up the road that's really fun to go to as well. We have Rosie King from Lincolnshire, UK, and Kelly wants to know, are you going to do a drawing today for the magazine? No, Kelly, I don't have anything to give you guys. I ordered, like I mentioned earlier, I ordered my books from Amazon, my author copies, and they're going to get here about a day or two after I leave town. So I just don't have the physical copies, so I can't do that. When I get back in the U.S., probably the week before Thanksgiving, I'm not really sure of the dates and when I'll be able to do what. Actually, from this point for the next 4 weeks, so it's going to be touch and go. And I am going to try to communicate as best I can with you guys. I might be able to do a live next Friday. I don't know yet. The plan is for us to be in Rome. So if I'm in a place where I can broadcast from Rome, you better believe I'm going to do that. It'll be just nearing dinner time for us next week. So praying all goes well, and plane gets there safely and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. After that point, like I say, I'm going to communicate to you as best I can through social media and let you know what I'm up to. If you want to check out my Facebook page, it's just easier to upload pictures there. But I may try to upload some to my community section here. I just, again, don't know what the internet's going to be like once we get there. But I'm gonna do my best because I want to take you guys along with me as much as I can. So we have Alana. She says, back from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Missed all of you, but wanted to catch up with Bonnie before your trip. Thank you, Alana. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Kelly, for your sweet comments there. And love to craft. There's a wave right back at you. Thank you for being here. And Georgetta from the UK. And Sandra, good. She says good morning from Beaumont, California. Wow. And I just got a bunch of things loading. You guys are busy. Uh, Hold on a second. Everything jumped. Just made me realize how behind I'm getting. Um, yeah, Kelly says, can you believe that Christmas is just 2 months away and my birthday is November 10th and my nephew Roy this is the month on the 26th. Okay. Yeah, Christmas is coming. It does about this time every year. I have lots of things to show you. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes here. I did tell you, well, let me just review this with you too. I do have books in my, let me go ahead and take the glare off of this. There we go. Isn't it? That's better. There, that's better. I just don't want Christy to be all full of glare there. Um, I just wanted to be clear about my Etsy store books. I am going to, obviously this one's not available, but the others are available in my Etsy store. This is where I can, if you're looking for an autographed copy, like for yourself or for a friend, I send those out. The price, when you look at the prices, just keep in mind that most of them ship for free in the US. So the postage is kind of included in that price, because I mean, I know you can get it a little bit cheaper in other places, but it's oftentimes doesn't include shipping. So it kind of works out. I'm gonna have those available only until October 10th. Okay, what day is October 10th? Let me look at the calendar. Okay, that's next Monday. Okay, so I will have them available until, hold on a second. Oh, yes, Hannah says, yeah, Christy crochets very well too. Yes, she does. Um, but I'm only going to have the books, the hard copy books that I sign and send out available until October 10th, because of upcoming travel. They'll be available again after the Thanksgiving holiday. So if you're looking to get a book before Thanksgiving, you might want to put that order in now. The Etsy link is in the video description if you're looking for anything. I mean, no pressure. I just wanted to communicate what I'm doing with that. And since I do go in and out of town serving family, I've just decided, instead of hauling all that stuff back and forth, that I'm just going to open it for like a couple weeks at a time when I'm home, and then I'll close it, and I'll let you guys know, periodically. It just makes life a little more streamlined for me, especially driving a Miata back and forth. There's just not a lot of space to haul a bunch of stuff. I gotta have room for my yarn, right? But anyway, um, and I wanted to tell you, I saw this in my email this morning. For those of you who like paint box yarn, and if you like to do business with lovecrafts.com, I do have a link in my video description. It's an affiliate link. All that means is that I get a little bit of credit. I benefit in a small way if you place an order through that link, but it doesn't cost you any more. I promise it doesn't. It just tells them that you found out about it through me. But they're having a sale. And get this, 35% off any 10 skeins of yarn. So if you buy a group of 10 of any, not of any of their yarns, they have certain ones, but there's a lot. There are like pages of these to pick from. And they have, I think, all of their paint box yarns, whether it's their acrylic, cotton, wool blends, whatever, all of that is in the list. And you have to use a coupon code, and the coupon code is 10 balls, 10BALLS. I have that information also in the video description. So if you're looking to get a large sum of yarn balls for, let's say, an upcoming crochet project, if you wanted to get, use paint box for the, Shannon's Wandering Throw, or any of that, that's a really good deal. Even when you have to pay shipping on that, 35% off, that's more than a third off the price. So I don't have to tell you, I don't have to convince you guys, you know a deal. And I saw that this morning, and I'm like, yeah, almost wish I needed some, but I've already got some other yarn coming from another source for an upcoming project that I can't talk about yet. But anyway, um, let's see here. Let me go ahead and told you about that. Told you about that. Oh, about Shannon's Wandering Throw. Let me go ahead and show this to you. Um, I did have to tweak the pattern a little bit. The written pattern is accurate. The videos are spot on. I had a listing when it comes to the honeycombs, and it was just telling you do front cross or back cross with the the many other rows there, and I had those reversed. So even I get confused with these crosses. I got my front crosses and back crosses mixed up, but just to let you know, both of the patterns in the Etsy and in the Lovecraft stores has been totally corrected. So if you've already downloaded this, go ahead and download an updated copy. Okay. So this is Shannon's Wandering Throw. It features, you've seen this already, but it has three sets of these alternating long, um, long and elongated cables, and then it has the honeycomb in the center. Okay, so you guys have seen this already, but just for those of you who may be new to the channel, check it out. I think this would look really nice in a light color, like in a white or an Aran color, you know, like the sweater behind me. But I just put this back. You know me, and blues and greens, I cannot resist them. And I'm going to show you some things here. And I'm like, gee whiz, there's so much blues and greens when I get to my little pile here. Um, so thanks for putting up with that. I'm even wearing green today. I mean, and I'm wearing blue jeans. So I can't get away from blues and greens. So anyway, let me just get back to saying hey to some of you guys. Judy, it's so good to have you in the chat. Um, she says, I haven't been able to join in the last few weeks. Good to be back. It's good to have you back. Good, good, good. From Brazelton, Georgia. And Hannah, again, thank you for serving us, sweetheart. I've got your chat pulled up so I can see whenever you send me things. And Alex, so what good to have you here, even though I can't understand. I see thankfulness in your comment. Thank you so much. You are so welcome here. And Stephanie and Wanda Gordon, hey again, and Mary from Connecticut. And yeah, thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, we are so glad that Hannah and the new roof did fine. So the kudos, good job to the roofers who did their roof. Thank you for keeping them safe and putting the tiles down correctly. And yeah, and Judy says she can hardly hear me. You may want to try going into your system preferences if you have a computer or your phone. Sometimes the system preferences lowers the volume, Judy. That happens to my phone occasionally. Um, and Sandra Harper wants to know what yarn did I use for Shannon's throw. Shannon's wondering throw. I used the Uptown Worsted by Universal Yarns, but it's just a worsted weight acrylic. So you can use, like I said, the Universal yarn is very nice yarn. Uh, so is uh, so is the paint box yarns that I just recommended. And I tell you what, you cannot beat that price. The paint box yarns by Lovecrafts. It's also, they have the worsted weight. I don't know if they have this exact color, but they have many a very large color palette to choose from. And that yarn also I find is excellent. I wouldn't promote it. I'm not getting paid to promote it. Although, again, if you use the affiliate link, I do benefit in a small way, but the company's not paying me to say good things about it. I just say good things about things if I find that they're good. If they're not, you're not going to hear me talk about them. So probably why you don't hear me talk about some other kinds of yarns, because I'm just not a fan. Or I just don't know about them yet. But I really do like the paint box. I like the Uptown Worsted. I think those are both very high quality um, acrylics and very few knots. I've been through more than a couple hundred balls of the paint box yarn, I'm sure of, and I can maybe remember 2 or 3 knots in all of that. So which is a very high quality control wherever that's being made, probably in Turkey somewhere. But anyway, and the same with the the Uptown worsted, very soft. I actually very nice feel to this yarn, and again, I don't remember any knots, and I've been through maybe 50 balls of yarn or so with this particular brand. All right. Hey, we have Linda from Oklahoma, and Harriet. It's so good to have you back again, guys. You know, I'm sorry getting so late getting to your comments, but is it Shauna Marie or Sina Marie? I'm guessing Shauna Marie from Washington State. Forgive me if I'm not getting that name right, but I'm sure it's a beautiful name. And thank you for getting back to Hannah. Thanks for getting back to that comment. It looks like it's probably Spanish, although sometimes, anyway, that's just my guess. Um, oh, thank you, Kelly. She's like, yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you can hit that little button, thank you. 34 of you hit it already. Wow, that is so sweet. So if you can do that, that would be great. And if you don't want to, no problem, no problem. We trust things will go well regardless. But anyway, we have Dr. Threads in our chat. Hey, it's good to have you there. I don't know if was that Dr. Threads. Hmm, that's interesting. And we have Mary and Gary Snyder. She said, late listening. Can't wait to see the book. I'm sure it will be really useful. That is my goal. That is my goal. And those of you, if you don't mind giving, if you ordered the book and, I'm not going to say only if you like it, but if you want to give an honest review on Amazon, that would really help too. So if you feel up to doing that, and if you do like the book, definitely, give a good review. But I always ask for honest reviews. So if you absolutely hate it, if you could just contact me first, and then I'll see what I can do to fix anything that might be horribly wrong with it. But definitely, I encourage honest reviews. I don't want to, that does help. And if you have other people like Daisy Farms has a beautiful new book on the market, and if you guys love it and you've ordered it and whatever, comment on the Amazon, give them a, double thumbs up or a 5-star review or a 4-star or something, encourage them because, we're just regular people in the home, trying to trying to eke out a living doing this, and if if the work is pleasing, definitely, and that goes for everything, people around you at the grocery store, whatever, encourage those folks. We all need it so much. um, so thank you for the reminder, Kelly. um, and let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, thank you, Tammy. She says she likes the step-by-step info. So easy to understand. Yeah, I don't like to assume anything about my students, because once you start assuming they know some things, it doesn't go so well. Um, and Stephanie says, I just started the My Favorite Sports Team poncho. I'm now on row 7 of 50. Oh, cool. I hope that goes well. I'm not sure what question, Hannah. Since you have a question to answer. Yeah, I've answered Sandra's question. Let me just keep going here. Maybe I'm missing something, sweetheart, if you can send me another text. Let's see. Oh, thank you guys. You're so encouraging. Carrie, thank you. And Stephanie wants to know, is Hannah okay? Hannah is fine. She is serving us and serving Grandma Barker and working heroically as usual. Oh yeah, Brat's mom. Hey Linda, so good to have you in the chat. She says, from somewhat and very cool Southwest Chicago suburbs. And again, she's reminding us to smash that button. Thank you. Um, yeah, and we have, is it Elsheva? Am I saying that right? Oh, Elisheva from Cedarville, Arkansas. I'm sorry, honey, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Um, yeah, Hannah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hannah, for prompting me. Yeah. Um, oh, and thank you for congrats on the book. Yeah, I tell you what, I always underestimate how much time these books take, and since I'm doing a lot more with them, instead of just handing it over to a publisher and letting them do it all. I just like the control of the way things are. I like to be able to keep my own voice and not have it changed by a tech editor that I don't know. I know you guys can understand that. I had that happen in a book or two, and I just decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to be able to say what I want to say, without apology and without it, especially if it's, and I'll just say this up front, you guys know I'm a Christian, and I don't like to be pushy, to people about that, but I'm not shy about acknowledging where my hope and my help comes from. And I've had that delegated to like the back of a book and when I wanted it front and center, by a publisher. And, while I was thankful to work with the publisher and all, we were just on different planets, I think. And I'm just glad to be in the in the director's chair of these things, although it does take a lot of time, which I'm fine to give. It's just that it puts some other things like my newsletter. I haven't sent out a newsletter in probably 6 or 8 weeks, and I've wanted to do that, but this is kind of my live newsletter to you guys. If I When I do put my newsletter out, you know everything in it because I share with you up, kind of like up to the minute, what's going on. But there's just a lot of things that I've kind of neglected because I just haven't had the time to do that. So anyway, fuss, fuss, fuss. Um, and we have Tonette um, from the Philippines. Wow, 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 wow. And and Alana, yes, we are on. And Deborah says howdy from Southwest Louisiana. Crochet community is the best. So thankful for providing this fellowship. Yes, it God is just so good. And I just can't be silent about that. And I know some of you, I know a lot of you understand when I say that. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for it either. But I hope that it's not offensive to people who don't share the same thoughts. I mean, but even if you don't, you're so welcome here. I mean, many of my best friends are so different from me. So I mean, and I'm just so thankful for them. All right. Yeah, Hannah's talking about how she's doing. Um, we have Sherry Watts says, "Good morning, Bonnie. Have missed your lives due to RVing? Wow, we are leaving today too, so I will have to watch video. Great book. I saw it on Amazon. Thank you, Sherry. Well, have a fantastic trip in your RV. Um, yeah, and yeah, I'm getting ready to leave on a trip. I can't believe we're actually going to be doing this. I've told you about it before. It's a trip that we're supposed to take in 2020, fall of 2020. Yeah, like nothing happens fall 2020. Um, and yeah, and so we're actually going on a cruise. So it's a cruise that in the Mediterranean. So I'm going to be going to places that I'm really not that familiar with on an actual map, but places that I've read about in the scriptures, which is amazing to me. So it is a tour. It's a study tour with Ligonier Ministries. In case any of you are familiar with the late R.C. Sproul and the ministry he started called Ligonier, and it's still going strong. And I'm really looking forward to learning, to walking where Jesus walked. I mean, it just blows my mind that some of the things that we're going to get to see, and I'm going to get to show you guys. I hope I'm going to try to upload things here and there where I can, and if nothing else, I'm going to try to put something together once I return and put it on the YouTube channel for everybody to see. I'll put it on the Watch channel as well. But I just don't want anybody. I really want to have a lot of things to share with you guys. So, um, and I might even have some fiber news because one of the stops is in Turkey, where it's a central place for fiber manufacturing. If you look on, any of these um, yarns that you see in the store, a lot of them are made in Turkey, and it's just a huge textile industry there. So I'm really hoping in addition to the history stuff, to be able to see some of the textiles there. And when if I see, yarn or fabric or cloth, I'm going to be looking for some pretty amazing textiles to bring back. Um, and let's see, who else do we have? Let's see. We have Sandra. I mean, it looks like someone's having trouble wondering if I'm on live. You may want to just refresh your screen. And sometimes that'll clear things up. Oh, I see Freaky Geeks in the chat too. Let me scroll back down here. Um, and Jan was asking what the new book was. That's probably an old comment because you probably commented that before I showed you the book. It's a beginning book, beginning crochet book. for absolute beginners. And yeah, and so if you know anybody that's looking to crochet, wanting to learn, that's what it is. And oh my gosh, there's so many comments, guys. I may not get to everybody today, I fear. Well, let me go ahead. Let me show you some more things. This is what is coming, I hope, on Monday. This is Adare, and this is an asymmetrical scarf. And this features the, let me go ahead and hold this, the large braided cable ribbing, low front ridge, but worked in a different way, and you'll see that in the video, and the Celtic weave. And I used three, graduated colors of the same yarn, and when you wear it, you can, wrap it around, as a scarf. You can wear it as a shawl, of course, and don't forget to check out that video I did with jewel designs. And if you're looking for ways to wear scarves and shawls, um, they're just endless ways where you can combine these and fasten them up and what have you. So the Adare is coming on Monday, and I'll have all the yarn information. The yarn that I used came from a place called Greenwood. Oh, uh, let me get the let me get you a link again. Whoops, that's not right. Hold on a second. I'm goofing things up on my computer. I don't want to be without Hannah's thing. Let me go ahead. Okay, greenwoodfibers.com. Let me go ahead and copy that link. I'm going to put the link right here. Greenwoodfibers.com. That's where I got this yarn. And again, this is this is fancy pants kind of yarn. Of course, you can use any fingering weight yarn that you choose on this. But the yarn that I chose was very similar to the yarn that I used for the Eileen shawl, because I just fell in love with that stuff so much. It's mostly superwash merino mixed with a percentage that I can't remember, but there is silk and yak yarn combined. The silk and the yak, they just change the quality of the way these yarns accept the dye. And the silk, whenever you have silk and fiber, it really does strengthen, and it gives a little sheen to it. And because there's such natural fibers, they're not going to heat you up as much as, let's say, an acrylic scarf will, because it has breathable qualities to it. So that is coming on Monday. The complete video tutorial, if you're looking for the written pattern, on Monday it will be in my Lovecraft store and in my Etsy stores. And if you are a watch subscriber, that's a subscription-based channel that I have that's on another platform. The pattern is complimentary with your membership there. So, and if you're interested in the membership, check it out. It's watch.bonniebaycrochet.com, and the link is also in the video description. It's basically $6.95 a month. If you subscribe for the year, it's $69, I believe it's like $69, $70 for the year. So it's a little bit cheaper if it's, it's about 2 months worth cheaper than the month by month. But with that, you get ad-free, spam-free viewing. There are additional designs, exclusive designs that are not on my public channel. You don't get every single pattern there that's free, because I don't own the rights to everything, but many of them are. I am retaining ownership as much as possible these days. So whenever a new pattern is released, like the Adare, you will get the complimentary PDF. You can just download. You don't have to spend anything extra. And I know this sounds a little on the sales pitchy side, but by comparison, it's about equivalent. The monthly charge is about equivalent to maybe a cup of coffee and half a bagel from Starbucks, if that puts it into perspective. I know people don't bat an eye at, spending $10 or $15 on coffee and stuff, and but uh, I won't go there. But this is a little. It's a different way to treat yourself, and it's calorie free. So anyway, and another thing. Okay, so that's October 10th. October 17th, my colorful popcorn pullover. It's the pullover I was wearing last week. I've already packed that. That's the one sweater I'm taking with me on my trip because it just feels the best, and it's thin and it's colorful and it's crochet. So that's coming with me to Europe. Um, but that pattern, it's already on the watch channel, with the PDF, but that will be coming to my public YouTube channel on October 17th. The pattern is already available in my Lovecrafts and Etsy store. Oh, wait a minute, Lovecraft store. I don't know if it's in my Etsy store yet, but I'll check on that. If you buy the pattern before October 17th, um, I just need to give you a heads up that you might not be able to watch the video until the video goes live. It has something to do with the way I'm um, I'm scheduling all of these for the release. And because I'm going to be scheduling that one, the video is probably not going to work for you, even though you have the link, because it's going to be set to scheduled to be released. So I hope that's not confusing, um, but that is coming October 17th. October 24th, we have the Easy Bobble scarf. It can be made to be worn as a scarf or as a shawl. And again, this is a very budgetary kind of a project. Um, the yarn was around $6, $7. It was one cake of Lion Brand's number 3 weight yarn. I forget the name of it, but they have it at Walmart. They have it at Michael's and all those big box stores. And I just run the pattern until I run out of yarn. And although make sure you save some for the tassels. And I have another one here. If you're looking to um, make one in a solid color, it also works in a solid color. And this is some of that nice Knit Crate alpaca yarn. And this also is a good candidate for a stash buster if you've got a bunch of extra yarn, and maybe you don't have a number 3 DK weight yarn and you have some acrylic. Number 4 weight acrylic. You can use the number 4 weight, leftovers that you have. Definitely do that, but upsize your hook larger than the one I used in the video, just so that it doesn't look too tight and stiff. So you want to keep some drape to it. So feel free to upsize that hook. And yeah, so I have something I've never shown you. I'm really excited about this one, and this is coming November 7th. Okay, this is an easier way to do the Celtic Weave, and it's a project. I can't guarantee you that you can do this in a weekend, but if you're familiar with the Celtic Weave already, you could probably get this done in a week or less. I think I did this in about 3 or 4 days, and it wasn't that hard. This is quick and cushy Celtic Weave throw, and it uses. I cannot tell you how nice this feels with words. It's just so comfy, and it's using I believe it's a double crochet V-stitch, and yeah, there are holes. You can see it's kind of a holy design, but it is still very, very warm. And let me show you the border. For the border, we have the four post cable and 2 front post. And I'm just saying this works up really well. I used let's see, I think it took 10 balls, but I have to verify. I used Bella Chenille by Universal Yarn for this, but there are other brands. I know Bernat may have a chenille kind of yarn. This is a number 6 weight yarn. I used the size L crochet hook, L or 11. I think it's 8 millimeter. So this is coming, again, November 7th. And, it's one of those things that it just feels good. It's, it's a simple design, but it's one of those things that are probably going to get a lot of use in your house, if you know what I mean. And it just cannot underestimate just how quickly this works up. I mean, it's just works up very quickly. And last but not least, for hold on a second. Let me see if I can refresh my screen. Kind of got frozen there for a second. And it's just spinning. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened there with the um I may have gotten messed up on the live chat there, but pardon. Um so on November 14th, we have the Tyrian shoulder wrap or cowl, and it's really hard to see what the stitch is. Let me go ahead and try to show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on because when it's doubled, it's kind of hard to see. So this is a shoulder wrap. You can wear over your shoulders. I mean, you can fold this down as a collar if you want. And if I can get it, there we go. So, and this features the wheat cable, the large wheat cable, and then a lace. And you could do that, but I think what I'm going to do mostly this year is I'm going to wear mine as this luscious cowl. This yarn that I got from a local indie dyer is 50% silk, super, super soft, and I think 50% merino. So very, very nice, comfy. Again, yet you get inside and it's a little cold and you want another layer around your shoulders. You just pull it down around your shoulders, and just had a lot of fun with this one. Let me go back to Hannah here. Okay, the name of the lady who makes the shawl jewelry. Let me go ahead and get that link for you. I'll just pull it up. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. I'm going to put it in the chat right here. Okay, it's JUL Designs, JUL Designs.com. That's the link. But if you look, I'm trying to think, it's on my channel. If you're not sure where it is, it's in the list of yarn talks, I believe. Or if you just look up Jewel Designs on my search, you should find her on my channel. So that's the problem when you have over, how many videos do I have? I mean, it's like 4 or 5. It's a lot. It's hundreds. It gets a little tricky to find things. Well, guys, I might have gotten messed up a little bit on the order of these comments. So again, if I omit your comment, it's not on purpose. It's just because stuff happens, and I had to restart this 3 times here just to free up my computer a bit. Go ahead and quit that. Maybe the computer's just working too hard. It's getting tired. Ah, we have Lynn. Hey, Lynn, so good to see you in the chat. She says, I'm drinking Starbucks double shot energy coffee. Whoa. Yeah, and what I said about Starbucks, I'm not being negative about Starbucks, even though I don't drink coffee, just because of personal preference. But my family loves going there and stuff, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying. Oh wow. And Jan says, let's see. She's having a conversation with Kelly, it looks like, about chocolate long johns are my favorite. Hmm. Kelly's she said she was here drinking Dunkin' Donut coffee and had a chocolate long john donut. Oh, that does okay. I get it now, girls. That sounds good. Um, yeah, so I got the question about the jewelry. Yeah, thank you, Lynn. Lynn, you are so encouraging. Um, and Wanda says she loves the blues and greens. And Freaky Geek says so many shades. Yeah, I'm going backwards here. Um, oh, thank you, Dr. Threads. Says traveling angels go with you and others. Enjoy and sit in the presence of God. Absolutely. Um, if you guys think of me, please pray for my back. um, my back went out again on Monday. It's getting better. It's getting stronger again. But I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe it's better that it goes out before the trip instead of during the trip. So my prayer request would be just that the back stays strong and can handle the walking. The walking is usually not so bad. It's just getting from standing to sitting positions that can sometimes be a scream. But again, it's getting much better. But this is like the second time in the last couple months that this has happened. So I probably need to do that horrible thing called exercise at some point to try to prevent this in the future. I just got to put my hook down and my computer down long enough to do it. I need to be more disciplined to do what I don't want to do. But anyway, um, and Stephanie talking about the cruise says if it's the same cruise I am thinking of, there is a part where you can go where Jesus and Mary lived. You cannot take pictures there, but I believe it's where you are going. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to Israel. I've never been to Turkey. I've never been to Cyprus or any of those places. And I believe Cairo, Egypt is even on the docket. So there are going to be a lot of things to see, a lot of history, a lot of amazing sights. So I want my back to be up for it. But yeah, Stephanie, I don't know. Maybe we can compare notes once I get back. And Queen Harper says, God is good. Thank you for sharing your Christian faith. It's my joy. I would rather talk about that all day than anything else, Queen Harper. But I know that might bother some folks. But anyway. Um, and Suzanne says, welcome to the Mediterranean. I'm from Lebanon and always making your throws. Hope you'll enjoy the region. Turkey will be great for yarns. They have the best. Oh, I can't wait. I may have to just make a big shipment and just ship it home separately because I'm only bringing one suitcase. Or at least that's what my husband says. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, okay. I'm coming in from the back door here on a conversation. I'm trying to understand it. Um, let's see. It says Freaky Geek says Brat's mom. Every umbrella I've ever had got wind damage, so I stopped wasting my money on them. Yep, yep, I get that. Um, yep, yep. Freaky Geeks. I don't know if that's to me or to somebody else. Sounds like she knows me a bit, or just seen the name a few times. Yeah, I've seen you a lot. On Stephanie's channel when I've had time to talk with Stephanie over her live with the Crochet O'Clock. I need to get in touch with her again. I so miss not being able to see her at the conferences this year. Um, wow. So okay, we have Lori in the chat. Oh, thank you for your sweet comment. I so appreciate that. Um, I tell you, I'm just talking about the Christian character. Well, just another sinner in need of God's grace and nothing more. And but let me tell you, the freedom from that is just amazing. Just a sinner saved by grace, and that's it. Nothing more. Um, oh, thank you, Freaky Geek, for trying to get some more likes there. You're sweet. Um, okay, I'm trying to understand some conversation here. Uh, Let's see. Ruth Ann says, that's a beautiful Afghan draped over the chair on the background. What is the name of the pattern, please? Um, Ruth Ann, I'm not sure when you commented. If it's this one, it's Shannon's Wandering Throw. This one has not been released yet, but this will be quick and cushy Celtic Weave throw. But that's not coming until November. But the other one is Shannon's Wandering Throw. And if you're looking for other texturized throws, and some are even free patterns, have free patterns available. If you go to my homepage, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and go to playlist. And if you go to playlist and you hit uh, texturized throws, and if you click on that, you're going to see a ton of different throws similar to this, but using different stitches. Um, some of the red heart designs that I designed for them, gee, more than 10, 12 years ago, um, the patterns are free. That's when they were still red heart and not under the Yarnspiration umbrella. But yeah, so some of them are free, some of them are not, but all of them are my work. And the reason, I'll just explain real quickly, the reason that some are free is because the yarn company paid me to design for them. So um, all of these take time and energy and work. So and I got paid at some point, but that's why some patterns can be free. I know some people don't understand that. The reason those are free is because they're trying to sell you their yarn, which is fine. It's good yarn. But anyway, okay. We have Sandra from the UK, and let's see. All right, I'm gonna just keep on going here because it won't let me go back to the comments that came before then. What time is it? Okay, we're getting near the end here. Oh, and I have to tell you guys, I'm packing for this trip, and this is the first trip that I've taken in a while. I'm actually taking more clothes than yarn. Did I bring you? Let me show you the yarn that I'm bringing. This is it, and the hook to go with it. I might take a couple extra hooks just in case, and I might actually bring an extra ball. But this is it. I have one more like this, and I'm working on a project. It's top secret for now. But this is it. That's all I'm bringing. Is that like going in faith or what? But the truth is, the plane flight that we're taking is about 6 or 7 hours long, but it's going to be during the nighttime when I'm hoping to be sleeping. So I'm probably not going to have that much time. And while I'm there, this is not like a car trip where you've been up and down like on 95, 5 times, for the last 30 years, just up and down, up and down. But these are going to be brand new places. And so I really want to be looking outside and paying attention to where we're going more than working on projects. But anyway, this is totally not me, just to have just a little bit, and I'm just going to put that in my backpack, and that is it. I'm going to feel like a fish out of water. It's going to probably take me a week to untrain my brain to just relax and to not be thinking about what can I do, what can I make, what can I do. But anyway, but I'm hoping to get a lot of inspiration from different lands to bring back, and hopefully to bring, to more designs. Um, so I don't know. Is there anybody I missed here? Probably so. I'm going to give a quick look and see if there are any names that I didn't recognize. Hey, Deborah Cresswell, good to have you in the chat. I don't know if I said a shout out to you or not, or Jan, um, and Sandra Harper, um, and Sandra, is it O? It starts with an O, and I'm just going to stop there. But I wanted to say hey to you as well, and Steph. Um, she says, hey, Miss Bonnie, it's been a while since I've been able to join. Oh, thank you, Brat's mom, for the endorsement on the Watch channel. She says, I don't even like Starbucks. Yeah, well, the world runs on Starbucks. That's what's just so funny. I kind of wished I'd learned to drink coffee, but I think, well, that money just goes to yarn. So, hey, I'm keeping a lot of indie dyers in business instead. So, They can make a living too. Um, and oh, thank you, Donna, for your sweet comments. She says, "Love all your books and fabulous videos." Woo! Um, Thank you for your sweet comment there. That is so encouraging. I get so much encouragement from you guys. It's unbelievable. And yeah, Mary Ford McCourt and Freaky Geek. She says, looks like a fantastic item for Sunday, it being very holy. Yes, indeed. We used to joke with each other when I see my kids wearing, socks with holes in them. So those are your Sunday socks. Or what? They're so holy. Oh, mom. You get that eyes in the head look. Um, so anyway, let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody. I probably am, but I'm so sorry if I am. But stuff happens. Um, oh wow, Linda says something about she's had back surgery. The doctor told me what to do in case of future flare-ups. Okay, yeah, I've had spinal cord surgery once, and it got me out of an incredible amount of pain about 18 years ago. But I kind of don't want to do that, but I can. I'm willing if I need to. Um, I know I do need to do some exercises there. Um, yeah, and Judy, she's asking about the trip and wondering if anybody can go. This particular trip has been booked for the last 2 years. When the idea of Ligonier Ministries went out, it's a teaching tour of the Holy Lands, and they are very, very strong. It's a strong theological organization, making the Word of God understandable, um, to everybody, but at a high level, which it's really impressive what R.C. Sproul set out, what his goal was. It's just really nice. Um, but it filled up, I think, within hours of them announcing this trip. And so there really isn't room, I don't think, to go this particular time. These trips are very, very popular. Um, but I'm sure there are many other opportunities like this um, to see this. If you want to contact me at my email, bonniebay@me.com, I can, give you the link to the cruise line that is associated with this particular trip, and you can see if they have other upcoming trips that are similar, because they do go to the same places. It would just probably be under different directions. So definitely contact me, and I'll pass along the information so that you can maybe find out. This is really something my husband wanted to do and organized for us, like again, over 2.5 years ago, actually 3 years ago. Um, but we've just had to wait a long, long time since COVID to be able to do it. And Suzanne said it's getting a bit cold in the region, so better get warm clothes. Have a great trip. Yeah, we're having to pack for summer and winter at the same time because once the cruise is over, we're going to be driving through the Alps. So yeah, it's going to be a rough trip. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so we're going to be busy. Um, two basically 2 sets, 2 seasons of clothes, one suitcase. So hence, this is all the yarn I can bring. That's it. There's just not enough room for anything. Um, if we have to, we'll just get a suitcase and bring a second suitcase home with us. Um, yeah, and Freaky Geek saying if you bring knitted items with you, you still bring yarn. Yep. Yeah, yeah. I understood that, Freaky Geek. No, oftentimes spell check doesn't help us out much with that either. Um, yeah, Stephanie says, all I will say is there will be so many feelings and so much to absorb that crocheting will be a nice addition to reflect upon when you have seen them. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, keep it in my backpack, just in case things get, you know, just a downtime or something. Um, Definitely. Um, And Kelly Hart wants to know, how do you do tassels? Well, Kelly, that information, all that instructional detail are in the video that will be coming out. And if you just put tassels in the search bar on my YouTube channel, you will find another video from other projects where I've made tassels, and you can learn how to do those. And Bradsmall says, bring some ibuprofen with you for a few days in case of back pain. It reduces inflammation. Oh yeah, I start my day with 3 tablets every morning, and yeah, it's a good idea. I think I'll put an extra bottle. I have my vitamin case with ibuprofen every day. Um, yeah, thank you, Lynn. I will check the email in just a bit. Again, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but let me go ahead. I wanted to read something because I want to release Hannah so that she is free to go. Let me check Hannah. She's sent me a lot of text here. Let me um yeah, okay. Let me get to Hannah's questions now. Um, the name of the purple wrap is the one that I'm wearing is the Tyrian um, shoulder wrap or cowl. It's not on my channel yet. It will be coming November 14th, so that'll be after I get back. Um, and Jane wants to know, is polyamide the same as nylon in yarn? It's similar. Polyamide, I guess, is kind of like polyester. Nylon is different somehow. I think it's in the same family of man-made yarns or man-made fibers, but nylon, my experience with nylon is it tends to be much stronger. Like, don't try to break nylon yarn with your hands, you'll cut your hands because it's so strong. Um, the yarn that I have with nylon in it does tend to be a little more drapey. So it's different. It's kind of it's in the man-made fiber category, but just a little bit different than polyesters and acrylic. Don't ask me to define how. You probably have to get a chemist to explain that one, but they are a little bit different. Um, and so let's see. And the trip, Judy, the trip is actually 12 days at sea, but we have excursions at the beginning and at the end with the instructors. So it's about, I guess it's about 16 days, and we're just gonna after that we're just gonna have some downtime with just my husband and I. We've just been apart so much, serving family and during COVID. At one point in 2020, we were, because of the laws of the land and governing COVID, we couldn't see each other for about 6 months, which was torture. So, I mean, we've been apart really more than we've been together, even in this past year. So, it's just a long overdue, well, I think well deserved time away, just to be able to be together, just the two of us, and getting to meet new friends on the tour. So I'm really looking forward to it. Um, okay, all right. So, um, all right. Well, let me go ahead. I want to read something encouraging to you all. Um, and this is a song by one of my favorite artists named Stephen Curtis Chapman. And he's just, in my opinion, he and his family, he's just a rock when it comes to writing songs that glorify the Lord and encourage my heart personally. So I was listening to his live version of this song, and the words just really hit me. And I just wanted to read these to you. I'm going to read them just as the song is sung. Um, and so I may repeat things here and there, but I think it's worth repeating. And this is what he writes. Well, I've been looking back over my shoulder, retracing every step, trying to unforget. And I see the mountains I've journeyed over, and I see the valleys deep, where I crawled on my hands and knees. Pages and memories filled with joy and stained with tears. They call my name, and if I listen, I can hear them saying, remember the way He led you up to the top of the highest mountain. Remember the way he carried you through the deepest dark. Remember his promises for every step on the road ahead. Look where you've been and where you're going, and remember to remember. And now I'm looking out at the road that's waiting, but my eyes can only see so far ahead of me. As sure as the sun will shine, there'll be more mountains I will climb, and more deep, dark shadowlands where desperate faith is all I have. Until I'm home, I'm resting all my hope and trust in the only one whose name is God with us. Remember the way he led us to the top of the highest mountain? Remember the way he carried us through the deepest dark. Remember his promises for every step on the road ahead. Look where we've been and where we're going, and remember to remember. Remember the day is coming when he's going to wipe the tears away. I just went to a funeral yesterday, so this is so fresh in my heart. He'll look in our eyes and say, remember the way I led you off the mountain. Remember the way I carried you. Remember the way I led you to the top of the highest mountain. Remember the way I carried you through the deepest dark. Remember my promises for every step on the road ahead. Look where you've been and where you're going. Look where we've been and where we're going. And remember to remember. And so if you wanted to look that up online, it's on YouTube. You can hear Stephen Curtis Chapman sing this. It's just called Remember to Remember. And anyway, at that, I will say goodbye. And thank you, Hannah, for serving us and for helping us. Let me just yeah. And I just wish you guys just an absolute fantastic week. And I will try to get in touch with you guys if I can next week, but I will communicate one way or the other in the community app. God bless. Bye bye.